Okay, so now we have to go for shloka number 271. So he says, Loka Vasanaya Jantoho Shastra Vasanaya Apicha Deha Vasanaya Jnanam Yathavat Na Eva Jayate. So first thing is that we love the world, Loka. So that is very prominent. So eye, ears, nose, tongue, taste, so all that, 6 senses and 6 sense objects is the Loka. And we are in run of the mill to enjoy that Loka. Now there is fear of the Loka, dissolution. So we require Shastra. Shastra Vasanaya Apicha. So the Shastra comes in 2 format, one in materialistic format, one in spiritualistic format. So we are in thirst for knowing all kind of Shastra. So Ganita Shastra to all that. So Vijnana Shastra, then Laukika Shastra, Bhautika Shastra and Adhyatmika Shastra. All these Shastras are nothing but knowledge. Deha Vasanaya Jnanam, under anxiety to pamper the body all the time. Yathavatna eva jayate. So this will never go. So the Vasana is so strong that everything we do, let us say I want to go to a temple. Already there is a Vasana. Otherwise I wouldn't have gone to a temple at all. The Vasana is that, what if I don't do this? So the God will feel unhappy. So he is going to curse me. If he curses me, then I'm going to go to hell. And I don't want to enter into hell. So I better go there. Like that, smallest to the biggest. Because all these are conditioned from our childhood. So and we exactly follow what our parents are doing. And it will be so deeply ingrained that our vasanas and the vasana what we have been inculcated with, they both merge so sweetly that it becomes hard to remove and say, no, this is untrue. Now, here comes an example. Let's say there is Shiva and there is Vishnu. Now, there were kings who hated Vishnu. And there were kings who hated Shiva. So during their period, the kingdoms were either known as Shaivite kingdoms or were called as Vaishnavite kingdoms. Example is that Chola and Pandyans and all that. They were utterly Shaivite. So they did not like Vaishnavite being there. And in the same way...
No. I think that is distorting history actually. There were a lot of tolerant kings who were Shaivites, but then they were open to both. In fact, the history says they were open to Buddhism, Jainism, etc.
Right. So, okay, fine.
We should not look at. We should say what they were oriented to rather than what they used to hate.
Okay, done. So no, I'm not trying to bring that hatredness. Okay, now they were inclined to. That's a better way to put it. So whatever we tend to incline to, that becomes the Shastra. So it becomes rather impossible to leave our own belief system. That's what I wanted to say. Whether it is a Jaina or this or that or whatever it is, that's a belief system. Including the science and technology and all that what we are doing today is a belief system. And that belief system can never be removed. And that is what is called Vasana. So the thing is that unless we take out the Vasana, the rebirth is certain. So we at the max can realize the Vasanas. Liberating from Vasana is another step. So whatever we know this far of whatever religion or whatever science or whatever commerce and this and that, all that we know is a vasana. That's what we need to understand. So not going into detail whether this or that, because then again it becomes historical damage. So better to go with what currently it is. Every belief system, whatever we have, including the way we are trying to develop product services, including internet and this and that, everything is based out of vasana. So 272nd verse says that samsara karagriha moksham ichoho ayomayam pada nibandha shrinkhalam vadanti tajjannaha patu vasanatrayam yaha asmat vimuktaha samupaiti muktim. Now with all of these vasanas being there in the Loka, Shastra, Deha, all the three, it creates a samsara. Karagraha is the prison, which we have been speaking for some time now. And we need to recognize that the Loka, Shastra and the body is itself a bondage, or is itself like a prison which one should get liberated from. So ayomayam pada nibandha shrinkhalam, so shackles, they are so iron made that it is impossible to get out of it. The wise speak of the strong binding power of the above three vasanas, that is the Loka, Shastra and Deha. Yah asmat vimuktaha samupaiti muktim. He who frees himself or herself from these three attains liberation right now. So if we are able to remove the Loka, Jagat, by not identifying like what we spoke about the roles yesterday, then the Loka goes away, then just remains is the Jivi. Remove the intellect, the Jivi is gone, then we have Ishvara. Now you see the same Ishvara everywhere, so the Ishvara is gone, replaced by Parameshvara. And then there is no food. There is no food for the mind, and hence there is no food required for the body. Since there is no food required for the mind and body, the consciousness just exits from all existences. Otherwise, it is bound by vasana existences. So he says in 273rd verse, Jaladi samsarga vashat prabhuta durganda dhuta agaru divya vasana sangarshanena eva vibhati samyag. Due to contact with the five elements, Jaladi, Adi means others. So Prithvi, Jala, that is Apa, Tejaha, Vayu and Agni, five elements for a long period. Durganda Dhuta, an intolerable stink overpowers. Agaru Divya Vasanaha, the captivating fragrance of the sandalwood. Only by thoroughly scrubbing it is the original fragrance restored. That means if I were to stand in front of a mirror, I should not be seeing myself. I should be seeing a skeleton. First thing. And after some time, if I'm still watching the skeleton should go away, and in it I should be able to see the space. And after that, if I'm able to see the space, then I'm able to see the consciousness, because I am that consciousness. Due to this abhinivesha, the vesha what has been put, the garb what has been put of five elements, I am looking like a person, but I have got nothing to do with a person. So the exercise I need to do is stand in front of the mirror and see what I'm seeing. So I should not be seeing it intellectually. I should be seeing it as his condition. As his condition is, I'm seeing only a skeleton. So this is the practice. So the moment I see myself in the mirror as myself, the very self as a body, that means I've gone to verse number 271, where Deha Vasanaya Jnanam. So now I have only the Deha Jnanam. That I am looking this way or that way. I'm dark or fair or fat or lean or tall or short or whatever it is. Now, if I have that in the mirror, when I see myself in the mirror, then what I'm able to see there is the second vasana, which is the intellect, what all I have learned in my life. So I am this, I am that, I have understood, let us say, the scriptures and science and technology and etc. And these two creates the loka. So now I am back in the loka, in a complete makeup, called as an intellectual person who can narrate so many shastras all at once, and I can debate with people, I can give a talk, and I can bring out the scriptural references and historical references and all that. So that is Durgandha. This whole thing what I am doing is Durgandha. Whether I am a Carnatic vocalist or a Carnatic music, or I have Hindustani, or I am having Western music, or I've created many products and patents and things like that, or I've done so much of studies and have so many degrees and PhDs and whatnot, still it is loka, because it smells. So one that doesn't smell is consciousness. It has no smell. It just exists. So we have to go to that. So 274th verse talks about how to apply. Antaha Shrita Ananta Duranta Vasana Dhule Vilipta Paramatma Vasana Pragnati Sangharshanat Vishuddha Pratiyate Chandana Gandhavat Sputam. Deeply ingrained in the mind are unending violent vasanas or inherent tendencies that are like dhula, is dust, cover of dust concealing the fragrance itself. By a continuous scraping with knowledge, the mind is purified of this dust, and then is experienced like the sandalwood fragrance, the distinct fragrance of the self. So how can we really find between consciousness and mind? So there are 5 ways of doing it. First way of doing it: smell the body before bath and smell after the bath. Immediately there is a change. But again it goes back to Durgandha. That moment when you feel fresh after bath is when the consciousness is alive. This is the first. Second, wear a dress immediately remove the dress and try wearing it again. You will not like it. So the mind is stale, consciousness is alive, vibrant. So the new dress, meaning washed dress, what we wear, is a testimony of that consciousness. Now the third, while eating, which we are already discussed, and it looks really disgusting, but that needs to be seen. So while eating, we are tasting food. Immediately remove the food and try eating it. You will never be able to eat it. So again, it shows the mind is stale and consciousness is vibrant. Then the fourth, while relieving oneself, look at what you are relieving. What was eating, what was eaten, and what is relieving. Mind is filthy, consciousness is vibrant. Or my mind is stale, consciousness is vibrant. Fifth one, when a person is working from morning till evening, when he retires in the night, consciousness is vibrant, mind is dead. So these are the 5 ways of looking at the fragrance. Anything the mind does, it will end up in durgandha, bad smell. Can be anything. So we can see it in these 5 ways. The 5th way is the deep sleep, but the remaining 4 are related to vasana. So while taking bath and while relieving oneself and while wearing clothes like that, and while eating. So if we were to see, you'll see the vibrancy and also the mala. Mala means impurity. Everything that mind does becomes impure. Anything that is touched by the mind becomes impure. So if I say I exist, impure, it's not pure at all. So the thing I need to understand is wherever I put I, it turns itself into an impure because it has vasana. Any questions on this? This is another way of doing. This one we have to do it all the time. This 5.
So anything which is external to that Atma is impure.
Not external. Anything the mind does is impure, including thinking.
I think I lost a few seconds. Some network issue. Can you say again?
No. If anything the mind does is impure.
Okay.
Anything, including the thinking, is impure.
Yeah, even thought is also old, means it's just gone. Newspaper, that is gone.
Yes.
Whatever we have that information, that is also
Stale.
outside of this. Adhyatma is stale.
No, anything, including Adhyatma, is stale.
But okay, see, still I understand. But if you say mathematics, for example, 1 + 1 = 2. If that is a knowledge, it is not stale, right?
It is stale knowledge, no? It is not going to help you in any way at all. It makes your intellect shine, that's all.
No, that is like that knowledge which is the purest. No, what I am talking is that is equivalent to mathematics, is equivalent to Adhyatma. I may agree with physics. Whatever you go deeper, there is a much more bigger is there in both in Anu and as well as both in Brahmanda, because it's infinite. We are unable to understand through our mind. But these are the things are finite. As a mathematics, we are able to understand. And if I calculate today or if I calculate after 1,000 years, it will be same. It is eternal. Can we say that way?
No, it is finite. It is not infinite.
But you cannot say separate of maths and physics like that, first of all. Because physics is an extension of maths in the real world. application of maths in real world.
No, I know, but what I'm talking
what
is
I'm
there are
saying is,
certain
no,
things
what I'm saying-
what you don't know is don't know still.
No, I think, what you don't know is don't know. Even in maths, we don't know maths is not complete. Nobody said maths is also complete, right? No, what Vilas is trying to say is that knowledge itself, anything like knowledge, meaning you cannot distinguish physics, chemistry is different and mathematics is different. It will stay like that only. It is not stale. What he is saying is knowledge is stale. There is no use of it once you this one, right? So you cannot distinguish is what I feel. That is my
Any knowledge, but any knowledge,
Yeah.
knowledge, including
Correct.
the childhood knowledge of identifying A for apple. Right now,
Yeah, understood. Because mathematics doesn't have bliss. It is just mathematics.
it's just mathematics, right? So there is, it is stale. So first thing we need to, actually we can see, but forget about the other ways of looking at it. When you take bath, you feel fresh, correct?
Yeah.
That moment of freshness is consciousness. You can't explain
It is the same thing when you wear a new dress,
Yes.
cloth after say pressing that. That freshness comes when you wear only. As soon as if you take it out in 5 seconds, again wearing, you get totally different experience.
Yes, you get disgusted.
Yes.
So that freshness, if somebody were to ask, explain me what freshness you felt, how do you define it? You cannot.
Freshness is always in its original form.
No, you can't put it in words. If somebody were to ask,
Yeah. That is a feeling, experience.
so the deep sleep experience, when you wake up, you feel fresh. But if somebody were to ask, explain to me freshness, how to feel fresh, what would you say? You can tell him, take a bath, you will feel fresh. Wear a cloth, you
try yourself.
you try yourself. And the person tries and he doesn't get it, then what you can do? And this is what is called as tamas.
Yeah.
So let us say, but in your case, when you go to Jalasur and you have that so much of plantation thing, you might feel that freshness when you go there, right? Now, can you explain the freshness to all of us? How would you explain it?
Like you have to experience yourself.
So I have come along with you, but my freshness and your freshness, are they both same?
They're different.
They're different. So I can only say I felt fresh, but somebody asking me define freshness, it's not possible. In the same way, if somebody asks define Brahman, it is not possible. But you have experienced it. Any time you feel fresh is Brahman. So if you want to be in freshness, remove the dirt. So first remove the loka. 50% of dirt is gone. Remove the knowledge, shastra of everything. 30% of that is gone, that is 80% done. Remove the body, which is 20%, then you are done. Nothing else is required. You are fresh all the time. So now that's the experience.
Yeah.
So try this out, of consciously see what happens when you take a bath. You will feel fresh. Try to be in that freshness throughout. So you have to take bath all the time in the mind. Then the freshness remains. Then wear the cloth. Wear the cloth in the mind and wear the cloth in the body. Both will become stale. But you have to keep on wearing the cloth. Watch what you are giving as food. mental food and physical food, both become stale. Be careful on what you are giving, and that is called as upavasa. Don't give mental food.
Upavasa is that. Don't give physical food. The Ekadashi meaning is this.
Yes.
Don't give physical and mental food.
Upavasa. Upa means near. Vasa is to stay. You are staying near your consciousness. Simple as that. You are not going elsewhere. Now, what Ekadashi Upavasa are we doing? You tell me. It should be Upavasa.
No. Yes.
Very near to consciousness. Meaning not getting stale. So the food becomes stale. Either I give mental food or I give physical food. Both are stale. So we can practice. So now the question comes, so should I remain, what I can say, should I starve? Should I go on fast? Yes, you go on fast every day by not giving mental food. Only give physical food for sustenance of the body. Don't give mental food. You are done. You will immediately be fresh.
Correct. So here physical. Yeah, here. So when you eat something, only mentally I am happy, right? If the food is tasty. Physically, there is no reaction from the body.
Yes. So
it is only mental food. Even if we eat physical food,
it is mental.
But the satisfaction level is at mental one.
Mental food.
So Ekadashi day, you have to make sure that mental stability is well maintained. Yes. By not having this physical food and mentally focusing on that adhyatmika.
No, you have to concentrate on the freshness, like a bath. It's not about, when you say adhyatmika, we
again... Okay, one more thing here. One more thing. See, the body feeling, whether it is good or bad, that feeling comes through our mental. If I tune myself that mentally, it doesn't matter, right? Because we are looking at Prakriti like Prakriti only. Sound is like sound. I don't have something called good sound and bad sound. That means music and noise I don't differentiate. It is just sound.
Correct.
If you go that way, mentally I can always be very happy with me.
Correct. Mentally you will be happy because there is no food given to the mind.
Yes.
That is the benefit.
So what is needed with all these upavasa, homa, tapa, yajna and all that? Mentally prepare yourself so that you will not have the thoughts which are emotional in nature or happy or sad in nature.
Correct. Don't give any food to the mind. Simple. That is where vasanas take shape.
Yes, don't give any.
So if there are no vasana, then you are that consciousness, which is
so this vasana is stored where? Is it mentally stored or it is some
intellect
outside of mental?
No, intellect.
Oh, vasana is a part of intellect, huh?
GV.
1 minute. Intellect is only Vivek.
No. Intellect is GV. Out of the three,
intellect is GV. Okay. And vasana is attached to
the GV.
It is recognized by intellect.
It is recognized by the GV, intellect. And powered by, like Intel power, we have power of Ishvara, which makes the GV.
So it is stored in memory, mind.
Yes, it is felt in the mind.
Say morning, without coffee I will not survive. If we have that condition, immediately when the time comes, while Logical trigger happens. Okay, now it's at time 6:30. Have bed coffee. So what I get immediately, first thinking I get
one minute.
that morning happiness, color,
No, it's not like that. So let us dissect. Good.
and then taste, smell, and all that comes. Then I go and prepare coffee, or somebody will serve. I will enjoy coffee. So in this example, where is this? The whole thing is stored in the mind.
No, wait. Let us dissect and understand correctly. Where is coffee?
Yeah.
Where is coffee stored? Where is coffee?
I'm not answering with respect to spirituality. For a common way of understanding coffee is, it is liquid with some color and some smoke is there. Steaming coffee.
No.
That is stored in my mind.
No, the coffee, whether we are spiritually talking or materialistically talking, has been inculcated in our intellect. Buddhi knows that it is coffee.
Buddhi knows.
It
Okay.
already knows.
So identification happens through buddhi only.
Where is Buddhi situated? Can you tell me?
In Panchakosha point of view,
No. See, Panchakosha, fine, but where is Buddhi stored? Which has the Buddhi?
okay. My thinking buddhi is stored in our mind, what you call brain area.
No, Buddhi is,
Physically I'm talking.
no, physically or whatever, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, the Buddhi is there in the Jnana Indriya, because that already has the Jnana.
Buddhi is in the jnana indriya.
All the 5 Indriyas have Jnana, and that's the reason it is called as Jnana Indriya.
Yes.
Now what it requires is a combination of 5 of these senses to call something as something.
Yes.
So now when I say coffee, the sound is tasted through the mouth or through the tongue, and the sight, sound and the taste is created as eye, ear and tongue. So it immediately recognizes the coffee.
Yes.
And where it is stored in the buddhi. Buddhi is nothing but these 5 indriyas. Now these 5 indriyas interact with manas, which feels that object. Now you have a feeling for coffee. You don't taste coffee, you feel the coffee. So when you put that liquid in the mouth, what actually is happening is you are feeling that coffee.
Yes.
And that feeling is called as vasana. You have created a vasana for coffee.
All panchendriyas will have their own vasana.
Their own buddhi, the feeling is the vasana. You feel. Now right now you have a feeling of daughters.
Yes.
And you have a feeling of your home. You have a feeling of an office.
Yes.
All these are vasanas. Now the buddhi will say, this person is your daughter. Don't you agree with that?
Yes.
But are they really
Yes.
your daughter? That nobody will question, because the Jnana Indriya already knows that it is indeed my daughter.
Jnanendriya gives the feeling. Buddhi says this is what it is.
Yes, so you already know. No matter how many times you read the scripture, you already know that these people are my daughter. That can never be changed in this life. Similarly, the coffee taste can never be eliminated in this life. because that feeling is an addiction. You want to keep on feeling that for more number of times because it tastes good. Okay, so another thing, is there anything called as America? It's a name, but I have a feeling of America.
Yes.
I have a feeling, and I would love to have that feeling. So the buddhi will say that here is America. It knows this is America.
Okay, if I repeat this one, buddhi will do the niskarsha and it identifies. And jnanendriya is experiential, gives a feeling, and vasana is attached to jnanendriya, right? Or buddhi here.
The vasana is attached to manas.
Vasana is manas.
Vasanas are stored in manas.
Buddhi, jnanendriya, manas is here is one more entity, right?
No.
Jnanendriya.
No, I think we are literally going in different pieces. See now, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. There are 4 things.
Correct.
I am explaining to you what is buddhi. Buddhi is nothing but jnana indriya. The indriyas already knows you cannot eat through your eyes, no matter how much you try. Have you ever tried eating through your eyes?
Not possible. Not you can imagine such things.
Why? Because it already knows. It knows the object.
Yes. Jnana.
It already has the jnana, so you don't have to provide another jnana to it. But the difference here is coffee is there in the sound. The name coffee is there in the sound. The sound then has a sight. The sight and sound create a taste. And all of these 3 are felt in the manas. Got the point? You feel coffee. I don't think so anybody drinks coffee. They feel the coffee.
Yes.
Just like you feel the company. You don't work in the company. You feel the project. You are irritated or happy because of the feeling what you get out of the project. You feel the project is delayed. You feel, right?
Yes.
You feel the stakeholders. So everything is a feeling based.
Yes.
And that which feels is manas. Okay. Now when you
feeling is manas.
When you feel the vasana. Simple.
Feeling is the vasana. Manas. That is vasana. Okay.
So manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. Manas is the feeler. Buddhi is the information provider. Ahankara is I know. So I saw, I heard, I tasted, I smelled, I touched, I thought. All of this is ahankara. Chitta is the energy. Which
just a minute. Manas is the feeler. Buddhi is what?
Information provider.
Information provider. Okay.
Which is buddhi. Ahankara is I know. Chitta is the energy.
Chitta is energy.
So the vasana.
Okay, let me analyze this. It's a little tricky for me now. Put it in this form. So manas is the feeler, clear. Buddhi is the information provider. He is a decision maker, right? Buddhi.
Based upon the input, it's already decided, but it is why it is called jnana indriya. It is decided.
It's already decided.
It's only the feeling.
When I see a situation, first is only information is there, but I don't know what it is. You see, when you see an accident, road accident, you just watch it.
No,
And there are two parties.
No,
wait.
Okay,
And
but
during that time, what happens?
no,
Yeah.
wait, but don't change the example. Let us only go with coffee. Okay.
Okay.
Very simple things. That's better. Now, coffee. You have not tasted coffee, let's say, in your life. Okay. Do you have a feeling of coffee?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's like, alcohol. I have no feeling.
No, wait. No, don't go to alcohol now. Let's only restrict to coffee.
Okay.
So if you don't have taste, if you have never tasted coffee in your life, it means that you never had the vasana of coffee.
Yes, that's right.
Right? Now, this is how it works. Somebody brings in coffee. Okay? What do you first feel?
Word when they talk coffee. And
First
then
you take,
immediately that vasana comes into my mind.
No, wait. First thing that comes is the sound, coffee.
Yes.
You would ask them, what is this? And they say, this is coffee.
Yes.
Then you see the fumes coming out of that cup or tumbler or whatever.
Yeah.
So there is some heat coming there. Then there is a smell. If there is an vasana already of drinking coffee in your earlier lives, immediately that is recognized by the buddhi, because it knows the object. So what happens is, when they bring it near your nose, you will first smell it.
Okay.
Then you like the smell. How did you like the smell? Because the buddhi already knows it. Ahankara says,
So this is what Purva Janma samskara.
Yes. So then the nose will smell and Ahankara will say, I smelt. Okay.
That
I-ness in the smell. It is just a smell. It is no I in the smell. But you will say, I smelled. Now that lady or that gentleman will say that, why don't you take a sip and see?
Yes.
Now you put it in the mouth. The mouth already knows the taste. You don't have to put a taste there. If the samskara matches, vasana matches, if you put it in the mouth, immediately you know this is coffee. Now you have stuck with that vasana. You love that coffee now. Then you go home and you tell your wife, I had a wonderful drink. I never had such a drink in my life. And they added some decoction kind of thing and they showed me milk. Where is milk? Milk is again a vasana. You name something, it's a white color, so now you say that is milk and the sound comes as milk. You smell that and then you say this is milk. There are so many people who hate milk.
Yes.
So because they don't have that in their samskara, so they don't have that in the vasana at all.
Yes.
So they hate it. Now let us say when the milk was given to me, that body had lot of what I can say, allergy. So I call it as lactation allergy. So I cannot take any one of these kind of things because my body does not take it. Reason being, there is no vasana associated with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I do that, when I drink of milk, so I will go and tell my wife, look, I had this drink in somebody's home. It is so nice. Why don't you prepare? What in my mind has already come is coffee. The taste, the fragrance, the heat of it, and the color, and everything has come. This, from where did it come? It came through the buddhi, because it already knows. Who is feeling that? The mind is feeling it. It felt coffee. Who is enjoying it? Ahankara is enjoying it. Who is providing that experience? It is Chitta, which is providing that experience of coffee. So experiencer is Chitta. One who is providing experience is the Chitta. One who is experiencing is Ahankara. One who has knowledge about the object is Buddhi. One who is feeling that object is Manas. All four are four different people.
Yeah, can you just say again the same thing? I just want to note down, because this is the real thing which you should say. Now you focus on something and break it into pieces, and sound, taste, touch, like that.
Correct.
See, this whole faculties, what is what now? I'll just note.
No, let us take it the example. Coffee.
Yeah.
Sound coffee. That experience provider is Chitta,
Chitta.
which will give you that experience of coffee. Experiencer, I had a cup of coffee, is Ahankara. And
That is clear, yeah.
then who knows the object? Sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. It already knows the object. It is Buddhi.
Panchendriya, as a buddhi.
Feeler, which felt that coffee. Either it liked it or disliked it. That feeler is Manas. So the Vasana gets stored in Manas because it wants to feel all the time.
Okay, Vasana is stored in Manas.
So every time you hear coffee, immediately I want a cup of coffee will come, Ahankara. Then the Buddhi knows coffee. Then the Manas will feel the coffee. Again the Vasana comes, I want a coffee. Again the experience provider Chitta will have the coffee. Then the Buddhi, the Ahankara will have, I am having coffee. Then it comes back to Buddhi, and the Buddhi will know what is coffee. Then again the mind experiences coffee.
So this is the best way to do meditation, right? If you look at anything, just break into pieces. What I was thinking when you were talking, we earlier used to that you look at that person and break that person into physical body, sound, and all that. Today I have understood the same thing in a much more meaningful way. For example, if I look at the coffee now, what I can think, coffee is what? Coffee has got milk separate, water separate, temperature. Like that, if I break, I don't get the feel of I is away, because coffee is already broken into pieces.
Yes, so if you want to
Look at again milk. If I look at again, yeah.
no, you can do that way or you can do this way. Whichever way you do it, you will come to see
This
that
way is the next higher level.
this is more higher level
I
than that
need to leave Vilas. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, 9:30.
one. Okay, it's already time, so we will meet up tomorrow with coffee.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we will meet up with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Vilas.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.